the Crooked Anchor and the Beast Hunt Proclamation. The skies above the Crooked Anchor roared with the fury of 1,000 kettles boiling at once. Thunder cracked, wind screamed through the crooked shingles, and the pub's ancient sign flailed madly on its one remaining chain like a pirate begging for retirement. Inside, however, the gang were at their usual stations, largely unfazed by nature's melodrama. Pete sat at his post by the window, stoic as ever, nursing his bottomless pint with the solemnity of a medieval monk. Brian flipped through a suspiciously laminated leaflet entitled The Druid's Guide to Dental Care, frowning deeply. David was experimenting with a new toast configuration involving honey and regret. Warren was peeling an orange with the caution of a bomb technician, and then the door exploded open. Not literally, but in spirit. A gust of wind howled through, followed by a towering figure framed by lightning, an aged yet ferocious man, chest broad as a fridge, moustache bristling with pent-up fury, and medals clinking like ancestral ghosts. General Bartholomew Macready, retired but refusing to act like it, stormed into the pub like he'd just declared war on the weather itself. "Gentlemen," he thundered, voice echoing off the pint glasses, "I come with a mission of the utmost peril and glory." David dropped his toast. Brian didn't look up. Not again. Macready marched straight to the bar, unfurling a map large enough to blanket a small pony. Glasses toppled. A bowl of peanuts was obliterated. Warren's orange was never seen again. "I seek brave souls to hunt the beast of Bodmin Moor," he declared, stabbing at the map with a ceremonial dagger he seemed to have pulled from the folds of his coat. There was silence. Then Raymond's voice creaked up from beneath the floorboards, where he had recently moved in permanently. "Will there be snacks?" "No snacks," barked Macready. "Only glory." "I'll need snacks," Raymond muttered. Clifford emerged from the kitchen wearing a heroic apron with the words, "Let's get this bread," across the front and wielding a turkey leg wrapped in tinfoil and string. "I knew this day would come. I've already begun development on Beast o' Vin." David blinked at the general. "So, what's the plan?" "We strike at dawn." Macready bellowed. "We track, we trap. We take the beast down by fire or fang, man to monster, glory to glory." Warren, who was always up for a good misguided adventure, raised a hand. "Do I need to bring my own stick?" "Bring 5, shouted the general. Brian sighed deeply, folded his leaflet and said, "Last time someone came in shouting about glory, we ended up waist-deep in goose fat and on local news." Pete slowly raised his head from his pint, looked the general in the eye, and said in a voice smooth and slow as smoke, "I am the Beast of Bodmin." The room froze. The lights flickered dramatically. Somewhere in the distance a crow cawed and then immediately regretted it. David leaned in and whispered, "He's probably joking, right?" Brian muttered, "That's not a no." The general narrowed his eyes, clearly rethinking his plan to include a secondary objective. Without another word, he saluted the pub, knocking over the umbrella stand and startling Gunther, who had wedged himself inside, and strode into the storm, screaming at the sky like it owed him 20 quid. "Dawn," he called back as the door slammed behind him. "Dress for mud." The gang sat in silence for a long moment. Clifford adjusted his apron. "Do you think beast meat goes with truffle oil?" Warren shrugged. "I've got a stick, maybe 2. Raymond's voice chimed up again. "I'm bringing my rat." And Pete, back to his pint, said nothing. But his eyes gleamed, beast-like. Just another day at the Crooked Anchor, where destiny walks through the door, pint in hand, and the Moors may never be ready for what comes next.